Welcome to Humans of Reliability. It's me, Ashley, and today I am joined by Chris, who is the VP of Platform Engineering and Security at Garner Health. And I'm just going to toss it over to you, Chris, to introduce yourself and what you do.
Hey y'all, my name's Chris Ferraro. I am currently the VP of Platform Engineering and Security, as Ashley said, at Garner Health. What do I do? Hopefully, I make great engineers better. That's really my role, and then now in my career, that's what I hope to do. That, and I hope to be able to be a change agent to help transform companies to make their operations more efficient. I think that's my special sauce, Ashley.
Okay, very cool. And we got to chatting a bit before this, and there's something that you mentioned that I'm already just excited to dig into. So I'm going to just start with it right out the gate, which is that you had a pretty formative experience, it sounds like, earlier on in your career at Microsoft. So could you tell us that story? Because I'm dying to hear it.
Yeah, I think everybody who knows me knows this story, but for those of you who don't, I would like to offer that the worst experience in your life can often be the best over time. So I think just to cut through it, I'm one of three people, at least that I know, who's brought Microsoft down globally. Sorry, all y'all Microsofties. How did it happen? Well, we were making a group policy change, two of us at the same time. There was some bug in software. Voila, nobody cares how it happened. It just happened. And we were down for 15 minutes. But fortunately, one of my engineering partners, Jason Hughes, and I had put in some reliability tooling right before that this particular change we made. And were alerted promptly, and we were able to, it still was a global outage. There's no good or short global outage, so I'm not going to blow any sunshine up anybody here. But we're able to respond quickly. We're able to bring Microsoft up their DNS services, their internet presence quickly. But it was a bad day. I sat through a postmortem that was memorable. I've never had that many people in a room who were all concerned about what I was about to say, I also think it's probably the most formative event in my life when it comes to being able to manage through chaos and adversity, and being able to really be there for engineers when things go wrong, because they will. And the idea is that we all come together in those moments and make the situation better, not worse. And that, while it was a really, really, definitely was the only moment in my career I ever thought, shoot, should I just walk out the door right now? But it was definitely something that I'm glad happened to me, or happened not to me, but happened, and certainly made me the man I am today. I'm very, very thankful for the moment. It was just crazy. I think it's good. I think it's a good lesson, right? You have to be willing to go through the hard times to get to the good, and that was a lot of energy in that moment, but it wound up being really great for me over time. So
I think all of the best engineers I know have a embarrassing I took down prod story.
if
I
you don't, you're not trying hard enough, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're not shipping enough if you haven't taken prod down. I actually just broke our website Friday last week at 5 p.m. That was embarrassing. It was a quick fix.
See, Ashley, I think I'd speak for all engineers across the globe when I say Friday freezes are our best friends. We don't like having Friday outages. We don't mind doing Saturday maintenance windows, but Friday outages are no fun.
Yeah, sometimes you think you're gonna get in there and just bang out that last one before you hit the weekend, and that's never a good idea. Learn from me. Don't do that. Yeah, that's a great story though. And I'm wondering, like you said, it's pretty tempting in those moments to be like, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. After a situation like that, what motivated you to not run away from engineering entirely?
In the immediate sense, it was curiosity. Like, how the F did that happen? I went home, I tried to recreate it, it didn't work, and I was like, well, the only thing that went anomalous was this thing, so I was able to go back to a lab. Thank you to my managers for allowing me to have that crack at it, because I think I would have gone insane without it. But I went back, I identified the thing that I thought was anomalous. I went back, I tested it in the lab, and we nailed it, immediately, instantaneously. So there was initially curiosity. Long term, man, problem solving is fun. It's what life is about. That's sort of the reason why I was an engineer ever, and before. And so after that, it was just more, how do you how do you work through these problems in a productive way so that you can motivate your team as opposed to like crush them? Like, I mean, in the moment, I had an engineering manager at Microsoft really kind of like, I mean, it's so memorable for me that it was just such a harsh moment for this man to like give me this feedback in the moment in the way he did. And I obviously, for those of you who know me, some I had a verbal repartee at my disposal at that moment that probably didn't serve me all that well in the immediate sense at Microsoft. But what it did do, and I viscerally remember like this moment's lesson coming to fruition when I was a CTO at a crypto startup, when one of my engineers brought down prod by making a change to dev, and everybody knows like environmental separation. Like we all say it's this golden way, but we never do it right most of the time the first time when you're at a startup. And anyway, this happened to this engineer, and I just looked at him and I was like, bro, like you brought down a crypto startup with no customers. Like we're gonna survive. I'm here. I brought down Microsoft globally. Let's push through. Don't worry. All your friends right now, they're just upset. They got to work the weekend. They're not upset with you. We're gonna get through it. You're a great engineer. Let's just play on. And that moment, like for him, for that engineering org was like I was just grateful to have served in that particular other moment before because it just changed the way I think I ever would have like approached it, and it just made me like everybody talks about empathy and everything, and yeah, it's empathetic, but it made me feel better about the way I could deliver a message to an engineer because I had been through it, and I knew the way I didn't want to hear that message come out of my mouth. And I think a lot of the times, knowing what you don't want is more important than knowing what you want to a degree. The obstacle is the path, right? Everything's a blessing if you like can flip your mindset, and that moment helped someone else. And so for me, it's just made me a better person, a better human, man. Hey, we're on humans of reliability. I think it's important.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I totally agree. Like when you've been on the other side of it, you know what it feels like to have the VP show up in the channel, and you can either come in there and make them feel a whole lot worse or give them that little reassurance. Either way, the incident's probably getting resolved in the same amount of time. So I actually have like this really distinct memory of an engineering leader I look up to, which is Alan Leinwand. He's the CTO at Webflow, but he was also CTO at Shopify for a time when I was there. And I remember we were having this pretty gnarly outage that was just a result of some bad code by an engineer. And he was in the incident channel, and he was feeling like pretty shitty about it. And you could see that he was like apologizing and he's trying everything to fix it. And when you can just like feel like, oh, he's in it right now. And Alan, CTO, very discreetly popped in. He didn't make like a big deal out of him being in there. He didn't post like a big like CTO message. He just like hopped on a thread where this engineer was saying like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I'm trying to figure out how this happened. And he just like very gently said like, hey, you reported the incident. You're in the right place. We're going to get it figured out. Take a breath. Like, don't worry about it. That's for the postmortem. Like, we'll get to it. But you identify the problem. You're here. Like, it's fine. Just you're good. And I think that type of thing just goes such a long way. Where we got the incident resolved. I wasn't even in the postmortem. I'm sure we ran it. Like, but I just know like in that moment to have him pop in and just say like, you're good. It's okay. Like you're not getting fired over this. It makes a huge difference. And like people see that too. It's not just that engineer, but it's the people who see that like we're the type of company where if you have an outage and you're trying to fix it, you don't have the VP coming in here to shit on you while you're already like trying to fix the problem.
The best part about that story, right, is like you do have the opportunity to make that situation better or worse, right? And when you come in and it doesn't matter if you're the CTO, the VP, or like the tech lead, right? Like if you come in and you make a situation that's tough better, it's like a win for the firm, right? Because like, look, the advice there was perfect. You reported it. What's the most important thing that you need to know? You need to know there's a problem, because if you don't know there's a problem, then you can't fix it. That's just like first of all, always report your outages, even if you feel like crap. Like you as an engineer, the most important thing is to just understand that sometimes like you make mistakes. We're human. Like that's the whole point of this. Like the whole idea of like fail fast, and fail forward. Like it's just to keep making iterative progress. One of my favorite like trainers, I run on a treadmill, and this guy, he's always like, it's all about making small deposits every day in your fitness. It's the same way in your engineering career, in just being a better person every day. Small deposits every day make big rewards over time. And especially when you're in like a position where I always laugh when people are like, you're the VP. Like, it's like, it never has crossed my mind that I'm a VP. I'm just an engineer in my head. Like, but now it does, because like the gravity of one's words are much more important at that level. And so, yeah, like it means so much to your engineering organization and your culture to just be like honest and say, yo, you reported it. We're going to figure it out because we have smart people on the team, and we'll go deal with like how to prevent it in the postmortem. But guess what? You did something that every single other one of your peers on this team has done before. So it's okay. And we're going to play again tomorrow. That's the best message you can give as an engineering leader, even just as a person. When things go wrong, just be the one that raises the situation up. Like, I mean, I don't know. Go watch receiver and George Kittle for the 49ers. When any mistake ever happens, that guy's constantly like, yo, come on, man, be the better teammate. He always is trying to be the better teammate. And I think like you can learn so much for being just a good teammate to your teammates. I mean, you don't have to be sugar-coated or false honesty, but like literally just being there to be like a shoulder or a offer sage advice because you've been there before goes such a long way. Trust me, your career is based on relationships. You don't know it when you first start out, but your career is based on relationships. The way you treat people, the way you're treated will make a mark on you as you go forward. It's better to be the kind one than the one without kindness. So
Yep, totally agree. And I also actually want to talk to you about Garner Health because I think it's fairly recently that you've joined the company, and I'd like to hear about like why you chose to join. Like, what's exciting about Garner Health to you?
I left another place I really loved to join here, and it's really about the mission, right? Like the idea here is to provide higher quality healthcare at a lower cost out of pocket to patients. I think that's like a thing I can get behind, and that's that plus the people who work here are the reason why I joined. And to be clear, you asked me if I had anything to plug. Look, I've got positions open for site reliability engineering and other engineering positions on my security team and elsewhere in the org. If you wanna come, have some fun and also learn a lot while making a difference in the world, come join me at Garner on the platform engineering team. I'd love to have you.
There you
Actually,
go.
that invitation goes to you too if you ever want to change careers.
There you go. Great plug. We've got opportunities here. I'm sure you'll get some messages after that. Awesome. So, another thing I'd like to do on this series is just talk to people a little bit about life outside of work. So, I know you're based in Connecticut, beautiful nature. Talk to me about what you get up to outside of engineering.
I believe you work to live, right? And so almost every day in the evening or certainly every weekend, I'm in my boat. And what I mean by my boat is my 9-foot kayak. And I paddle. I've probably paddled thousands of days in that boat down rapids, down in lakes, whatever. So getting out in the sun is very important to me. I think, if we all look at each other, we're all really solar powered. And so that's something I love. And I used to be an outdoor adventure guide, so occasionally I'll go relive past glories in rock climbing gyms or on bouldering sites outside. So that's my passion from a fitness perspective. And now I've picked up running because I'm old, and cardio actually matters when you're older. And so I've done a couple 5Ks terribly. And so I'm constantly trying to improve my mile mark, but we'll see. That's a slow going. But other than that, that's it's being outdoors, being near the water, and then my little ones. I like to get them exposed to the sports I play, and this team here as well, so that so we have some shared passions. Because again, as I said before, and I'll say it again, life's about relationships and shared understanding. So.
Totally. How old are your kids?
I have a 15-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And my 6-year-old is the one that's the most like me. She's definitely the toughest, but definitely the biggest reward. And so I'll just say, Madeline, Jackson, and Eleanor, I love you all, and you're the reason I work. Really,
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I actually have a 6-year-old too. Almost 7. Almost 7. And
But you can't say it's 7 until they're 7, so
But he, as soon as I say 6-year-old, he'll be the first to say almost 7.
almost, yeah. And what's your son's name?
Bowie.
Awesome. What after David?
Kind of. I think, we went on our honeymoon in Scotland, and we really liked the idea of having, like, a Scottish name, and Bowie was just, like, the one that stuck. I don't know, we were throwing all sorts of names out there, and whether he was a girl or a boy, it was gonna be Bowie. We knew when I was, like, maybe 6 months.
So I guess, Seamus wasn't the name to stick, but that's good. I like Bowie a lot.
Maybe the next one, if another one comes along, but for now, it's just Bo.
But anyway, thank you very much, Ashley, for, making this conversation very fun for me. I appreciate it.
So much, Chris, for coming on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll catch you guys later for more episodes of Humans of Reliability.